people? It's your boy, I'm Chris Fedor, and I am back with another video. I hope you guys are having a lovely Sunday day. Okay, I forgot for a second there, a brief second there. It's in the afternoon. It's 3:42 where I'm at. I don't know what time it is in your neck of the woods. This is a live stream. Some people might watch the re-air of this. So just to let you guys know, this is a live stream. I can't edit live streams. All right. So with that being said, let's get into today's topic. All right. LeBron James, when reporters asked about Tyronn Lue and his future, oh, I can't read that, dude, because the sun's in my eyes. Sorry about that. But what's up to you? I appreciate you hitting me a message. Tyronn Lue said, quote, LeBron James is not sure about Tyronn Lue's future. He also says he has no inside knowledge on what the Cleveland Cavaliers brass, the organization, is going to do concerning Tyronn Lue, nor he has no inkling or indication if Tyronn Lue is going to be fired this year. Now, the Cleveland Cavaliers are struggling. They're an up and down team, and that's what happens when you have an older roster. Some months they're going to be on winning streaks, and then there's other months they're going to be on losing streaks. That's what a veteran team is. Now, having a veteran team also has benefits as well. All right, when they are in a winning streak, they know how to keep it. They know how to keep a win, and they know one another. All right, with veteran teams, usually with the chemistry and all. Normally, when you have a veteran team, an older veteran team that's been playing with themselves for a long period of time, they know their limitations, they know their strengths, and they know their weaknesses. Now, the problem with the Cleveland Cavaliers are, they don't have a chemistry with one another. Cleveland substitute in and out players every year, and by the time you get the gist on a certain player, either the player moves on or the Cleveland Cavaliers trade him. All right, so the time when you really get to know what you have in that player, sometimes it's too late with the Cleveland Cavaliers perspective. All right, that's why I said in basketball, it really doesn't matter how talented a team is. If the team does not have chemistry with one another, okay, it makes that team difficult to be successful in the winning column. All right, the Portland Trail Blazers with Scottie Pippen, Rasheed Wallace when they was in their prime, Bonzi Wells and others, they had an all-star roster from top to bottom. The problem with it was, they didn't have chemistry with one another, because every year something happened with the Portland Trail Blazers. Either someone gets suspended, someone gets injured, or whatnot. And two, they were always in the papers for the wrong thing. Okay? So, that team was not beating the Lakers. True, I can agree with you, but there was a year when they had an opportunity to beat the Lakers, when the Lakers were trying to figure it out the first year with Phil Jackson. Right? They did have opportunities to win, but overall, Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal single-handedly beat the Portland Trail Blazers. And the reason why they beaten the Portland Trail Blazers was because of those issues I just mentioned. And the Cleveland Cavaliers find themselves in that similar situation. All right, when you don't play with these guys long enough and you don't practice, that's what Isaiah Thomas was talking about, because everyone on the Cleveland Cavaliers squad has a different style. All right, Isaiah Thomas is more of an athletic guard. He likes to use the strength of his athleticism. But the problem with Isaiah Thomas also as well is that he's injured, all right? But you can't test how far your athleticism is going to push you if you don't put in a lot of practice time. That's why Isaiah Thomas commented to the reporter saying that they don't practice like if he was with the Boston Celtics, okay? And that's what Isaiah Thomas was pointing at. With LeBron James is not the same player he was with Miami, where he can depend on his athleticism on a consistent basis. Now, being in the league this long and he can still utilize his athleticism for a certain extent, that shows how much that's LeBron James, all right? And that shows how much of a workout warrior he is. However, when you're on the other side of 30, you're supposed to develop other aspects of your game. Larry Bird did this, Magic did this, Michael Jordan did this, even Kobe Bryant had aspects to their game, like a low post game with Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan developed the low post game, he can literally back up smaller guards to closer to the rim. LeBron was trying to do that when he was with Miami, but he wasn't feeling it because it wasn't catered to what he was accustomed to, okay? And that's why him and Pat Riley had issues. Pat Riley was trying to instill these qualities about LeBron James. Therefore, he wouldn't utilize his athleticism as much. Pat Riley saw this with Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, and others. After the age of 30, you can't depend on your athleticism on a consistent basis, okay? Now, LeBron James had beaten Father Time when you're talking about his athleticism. He on the offensive side of the ball, he utilizes athleticism on that aspect, but that's why he doesn't have enough energy on the defensive side of things. There are moments where he chases down a shot when he's getting ready to block someone from behind. He does have those moments, but they're few and far between because he's an older player. But nevertheless, Tyronn Lue, I don't see the Cleveland Cavaliers firing Tyronn Lue, because what's the end game of firing Tyronn Lue? Absolutely nothing. Okay, if they fire Tyronn Lue, that's pretty much the end of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, there's no way you can fire Tyronn Lue and then replace him with another coach midway through the season and then expect to win a championship, even though the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James, Dan Gilbert, the Cleveland Cavaliers organization, they're having doubts about the Cleveland Cavaliers even beating the Golden State Warriors. They played the Golden State Warriors twice and they lost twice. Which, if you've been following me, I've been saying this since before the season. The Cleveland Cavaliers do not have enough horses in the stable to beat the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors are going to be here for a while, okay? It's going to be a minute, okay? The only way the Golden State Warriors are not a dynasty in the next 4 to 5 years, if the Golden State Warriors somehow, some way get rid of Draymond Green and Klay Thompson, which the end is near. They're going to have to choose between either or. They can't pay Steph Curry as well as Klay Thompson, as well as Draymond Green and Kevin Durant, all to max contracts, even though Kevin Durant took less this summer, okay? Still, you can't have all of those guys in your salary cap, okay, unless you're going to pay the luxury tax, which the Golden State Warriors are not going to do that. They like the flexibility to add more to the bench, okay? So, as far as that perspective, Tyronn Lue, as well as players of the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're having doubts about, even if they do make it to the finals, how they're going to beat the juggernaut of the Golden State Warriors. And that's why you keep hearing all these rumors about them trading for Boogie Cousins, trading for DeAndre Jordan, trading for George Hill, Paul George. You always hear these rumors about, well, the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to trade for that player. And to that I say this: even if you somehow, some way luck up and get one of those players I just mentioned, that's still not going to be enough to beat the Golden State Warriors. Okay. Plus, they really don't have pieces that anyone wants other than the Brooklyn pick, which, if you listen to the Cleveland Cavaliers organization, Dan Gilbert, they are not parting away with that pick. That pick could be a special pick for them, and that's their plan B if LeBron James chooses to leave the Cleveland Cavaliers. That way, they have a pretty decent plan B. And when you talk about the other players on the roster, most of those players are going to be easier to trade to another team. Okay, like J.R. Smith. Yes, I know J.R. Smith isn't the most dependable player, but if you put him on a playoff contending roster, he can be a decent player. The same could be said Isaiah Thomas. I don't see the Cleveland Cavaliers re-signing Isaiah Thomas because he's demanding a max contract, and I don't see the Cleveland Cavaliers entertaining the notion of signing him to the max. They wouldn't mind having him back, but for a lesser amount. Derrick Rose is on a 1-year contract, and he's seeking the max, and I don't see any team out there next year that's going to give Derrick Rose the max. Okay, so it is what it is. I just think all of this talking about Tyronn Lue, questions about whether or not Tyronn Lue is going to be fired, I don't see him getting fired this year. If he does get fired midway through the season, then that's pretty much Cleveland Cavaliers' way of saying, okay, we surrender, we give up. We're not even worrying about contending for the NBA Finals. Okay. We're moving on with our plan B a lot sooner. Okay. And if they do that, then also you can see LeBron James taking his ball and going elsewhere. Okay. But I think Tyronn Lue is safe. He's not going anywhere. And firing Tyronn Lue is not the solution of the Cleveland Cavaliers' woes. The Cleveland Cavaliers' woes are they need to get young quick. I mean, real quick, okay? They need to get younger. Adding another older veteran is just adding more problems that they already have, okay? But it is what it is. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I will be back later on this tonight, hopefully. And everyone enjoy your Sunday. I appreciate the thumb up. I appreciate the comment in the comment section. I'm sorry I didn't read your first comment, but I think it had something to do with the Portland Trail Blazers. But thank you guys for coming in. I'll holler at you guys later. Deuces, guys. Deuces.